Showtime, man. Okay, real quick. Achievement, right? Your daily achievement, okay, is going to be this Eastern Exorcist. Yeah, like Exorcist. But it's gonna be a lot of tutorials, okay? Ton of tutorials, but it's not impossible to do once. And thank gosh, the menu is gonna tell you how to do all the tutorial stuff. So after you've done all the tutorial stuff, and the boss that you fight will just be like a boss that you'll be mashing, and you can take breaks. You could just pause, take breaks before you're gonna mash and beat this boss. Once you beat this boss, achievement pop, and that's straightforward. That's all you're doing. It's a 2D side scroller. The controls are pretty cool. They have like double jump and dash and all that jazz. So pretty easy, pretty easy. But okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh's getting delayed today. You know why Yu-Gi-Oh's getting delayed? Also, okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh's getting delayed because Yu-Gi-Oh sucks, man. They suck, dude. I There's some YouTubers that are gonna cover to you to try and sell this box set, right? Because they have card shops, they have all kinds of things. But man, the set sucks. It has another miscellaneous, and that's all you have to say. That's it sucks. They have like a miscellaneous reprint, which is by far the another generic annoying reprint, kind of like so many examples: Mystical Space Typhoon, Bottomless Chapel, all that stuff, all like Cosmic Cyclone, just bad box set. You don't even have to like cover this box set. Like sure, there may be like what you get the extra deck. Maybe it makes dinosaurs a little cheaper, and you get the extra deck monster easier. But it's dinosaurs are just a 1, 2, 3 brick. They're like Gold Pride. But dinosaurs can be good. But like I mean, if you're going to make a good expensive build of dinosaurs, there's no point to it, because at that point you might as well just go and buy a competitive deck, because you're going to have some expensive synchros, if you know what I mean. Baron Pizza. But okay, so that's how quick we got the market stuff out of the way. Okay, so all right, and we just have to jump into this, man, because we have to have the market value adds depth, right? But okay, so like I'll try and stress this. I want to do this one quick. Lions got a good offensive lineman. Hooray! That's all I want. Hooray! Hooray! They got a pusher. They got a guy that will put the hands in the face, and I was like, that's pretty straightforward. Heck yeah, run. As long as we get some pass protection and run, that's all he is. He stops. He's very good at stopping the blocker that's stopping the pass rusher or the linebacker or the defensive tackle or the defensive end that's coming in and trying to stop the play, because that's just the new thing that you have to deal with in the NFL is all these pass rushers. They can get past. It doesn't matter how good your offensive lineman is. That they have some ways of just like getting past, and that's why you need to have like a hand pusher. A hand pusher is just going to be like a distraction, and they're good enough distraction that the quarterback can escape. So yeah, I really like the move. The move was very good, because it's like one, you have the motivation of him not being on the team that he was on. Okay. So you have that motivation, and he's already shown that he can handle 49ers defense, which that's all you really need to talk about. I mean, like the thing that makes the 49ers so good is their defense. Their offense, meh, but like their defense, it's just like a key thing that keeps them in the games, and allows their offense to constantly attack. It looks like they're trying to change up their offense. The 49ers, of course, want to change up their offense, but now that you've got this offensive line just doing this, like the Lions are gelling, man. They're gelling. to have an actual offensive concept of just to put the hands up. That's good. But okay, so you see how quick I got that done. I don't know if you need to listen to a song too, just listen to Sarah Kinsley's a pretty good one. Just listen to anything by Sarah Kinsley, you'll be fine there. But okay, so I'll mark it out. Okay. And I like doing this kind of too, this market stuff, because we're going to talk about top tiering. Eventually, we're going to get into top tier lists of like actual market guides, guides of buying video games and buying the titles and what title you need to buy and what title you don't need to buy and all that, which is helpful because there's so many video game deals, But okay, so this is the hardest part to get into, man, because we got really, really good content today. We got content just as good when I revealed the Shadow of Colossus secret. We got some good content like that. As you can see, we'll just start off with, you see me, because in the last video I was talking about Eevee, and we were always talking about Eevee. Okay, so Eevee is Eevee's very complex because in Xenoblade X they just have you fighting these random enemies that look like Espeon. And if you know anything about that area in Xenoblade X, it has portals in it. So yeah. So there's a bunch of crazy stuff. If you want to go back and replay Xenoblade X and you want to check out the portals in the area and check about that. So Eevee's just like, Eevee could do so many things. It's nuts. I think it's confusing enough for me to start with this, but you have to pay attention to, like, okay, so the triangles right here, okay, the 3 triangles. If you notice, there's like 2 patterns we got, okay? So we could have a pattern of a top triangle, okay, and then have 2 of the V's, because Eevee can switch its V upside down, into ends and all that, just different lettering. But it's always using the 1, 2, 3 method, okay? So 1, 2, 3 method just is very, very good at doing what it does, even when it has different shapes in it, which is probably another programmer tool also, But like, yeah, even if you add different shapes, you're still having the 3 combo, and then you can, fit in spaces, different things. So we start with that because that's like a tutorial we just have to get through. Okay. So, kind of like the new interest, we're gonna actually go back to Pajama Sam. Let's go back to Pajama Sam, okay? Because before we get into the Tears of Kingdom stuff, okay. Before we get into the Tears of Kingdom, okay, Pajama Sam is going to make it crazy and funny. Okay, so Sam, S-A-M, right? Sam is such a powerful word, okay? Sam, of course, is what you can name your kid. It's all kinds of things. But Pajama Sam is still using the 1 and the 2 combo, okay? So it's still using 1 and 2, and which is why it's interesting, because what do we have? Fortune cookies. And you notice how I put a capital A next to fortune cookies, because, we can take that E out and put an A in there, and you know what I'm talking about when I talk about that. And unless you're lost, like Shin Megami Tensei stuff, okay? So, but, okay, fortune cookie. The fortune cookie, all right? It's going to be a catalyst. It's going to be a catalyst into many secrets in video games. It is also going to be a catalyst to making, like, oh my gosh, just making it like a simple shape. It's going to be like one of the most simple shapes in your face. So you got to look at Pajama Sam's fortune cookie, and you have to look at that. And that's a very hype thing because it's making things easy to see. But we're also going to be puzzling, okay? We're going to be puzzling here because we're trying to simplify it, okay? We're trying to simplify the scary stuff, okay? We're really trying to make it in your face. And it's kind of cool. Right away, you can just play Pajama Sam on YouTube, or you can just play Pajama Sam itself.
go to the fortune cookie and get some ideas, right? So that's always good to have. But okay, so entering into the Tears of Kingdom stuff, like okay, so Pajama Sam fits with Tears of Kingdom because they're both, heavy voice acting games, right? They're games on story and that, and base for that. Okay, but like Pajama Sam is such a human thing. Like a lot of people like the name Sam. You have a bunch of things you could use Sam in, like football plays even talk about Sam. They use, keywords of Sam. Okay, but so Sam is just a very good marketing term, and that kind of makes it easy to understand why Princess Zelda is going to be what I say. I'm going to call her a Poe. I'm not going to call her, but you get what I'm saying. I'm calling her a Poe right now. That's pretty much. I'm telling you straight up, she's a Poe. And the reason I'm saying that is just to like. Because when we jump to these new things, they're not going to be nerdy, okay? They're not going to be nerdy. They're going to be scary. They're going to be creepy, and they're going to be rated mature. They're going to be rated mature content, okay? So this is how hard it is too, because it moves fast, man. I'm telling you, it moves fast. It moves fast. It goes to everything that it can go to, but like, okay, so because I don't want to get into like this complex stuff yet, but like right now, okay, so like okay, we already should have an idea. It's another female, right, with a cell phone. Okay, this is the way we should really look at Princess Zelda, because then it will let us see some things. Because you got to remember, every Zelda game is different. Her cell phone, like okay, so it's funny to put her in an angle as like a social media girl, because doesn't make any sense to what all the other things you've seen with Zelda. It just doesn't make sense. Now, if you were to go into the Tetra angle, maybe with the Tetra angle, that'd be the closest you would get to that. But Tetra was a completely different character too. So, but that's actually good, because we just get right into Wind Waker. Okay, so Shigeru Miyamoto said he did not like Zelda Wind Waker. Originally, he did not like Zelda Wind Waker, and there is many reasons not to like Zelda Wind Waker, because like at first it was rough, but like he's hid some things. He's hid some things in there that he was like, well, I don't like Zelda Wind Waker because it's not doing good enough puzzling that I need. He wanted to make it even more puzzling, so somebody like me doesn't look at Wind Waker, and specifically me, because I'm on another part of everything right now, and this has been like my big project of getting towards Mario 64, because Wind Waker has been it's been I wouldn't say it's been like challenging, but it's been like there's some pretty blatant characters and stuff that they show off in that game. But okay, so we'll get confusing again, okay? But we have to get somewhere, okay? So the goddess, this god, the Tower of Gods, where the goddess statues are. We're not even breaking down what the goddess statues say yet, because they do say some crazy things, but we're not breaking that down until we have another example. Now we've kept the Pajama Sam thing in this because Pajama Sam is definitely going to fit the mood of a lot of things, because Pajama Sam, for the most part, comes off as like an American PC game. That's the whole thing behind Pajama Sam. But for Pajama Sam to have things where it's connecting with Japanese games, yeah, you get that pretty much. Now, at the center, you might think, in the center of what I got here, you may think, is that a fortune cookie or something? But no, it's not. It's not a fortune cookie. It's a starfish. Okay, So, Starfish is when we start to get like very nerdy and like out there. But like we don't get too much out there. But okay, so Starfish is used in ton of games. There's even a video game that there's a video game that has its own Starfish where you're a Starfish character. But we're not talking about the Starfish character yet of the video game. No, we're talking about what this whole thing has meant behind Starfishes. Okay. And Starfishes have been confusing because they've also used games like Square Enix, and Square Enix they've used, Dragon Quest. They've talked about Starfishes. So to the Dragon Quest community, this is pretty much a huge shocker to them. But it's like they had to have the starfish in there somewhere. Okay, so whenever they're using codes or sneaky things in video games, they're gonna have to sneak it in somewhere. Starfish perfect because Dragon Quest Builders is basically like a Minecraft game, and then it would just get people to be like, "Oh, what about Minecraft? Oh, what about going under the water?" Ha ha ha, kind of simple things like that. But okay, so it's of course using the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be hard. 1, 2, 3 has been pretty good examples. The 1, 2, 3, 4 is when we're gonna like find some other stuff. But so in the previous drawing, I even like showed how like you can make the cross different angles. Like you could, if you're paying attention to that drawing, there was like different ways you could do it. You could make it small. You can make the horizontal small, or you can make the vertical small, and then make a large horizontal, et cetera, et cetera. Like it just goes back to mirroring. And of course, we're showing the L's again too. Now, the reason we're showing the L's this time again, okay, is you see how we got these cubes. Now in Mario 64, Wet Dry World, I cannot even like Wet Dry World is like a distraction. It has some good things in there, but it's always a distraction. It's just like a very good world, and I think what it's using in its coding of its game is it's using it to distract you from many things in the Mario 64 game. But like, so this cube is like, when you take a cube, you flip it over, you make this diamond, and the diamond is like all the key things that you do when you're at Wet Dry World to, change the water levels. But that's like the ABC, that's like the easy thing. But the hard thing to understand is that this is where we get really hard. We just get really crazy out of the world with this stuff. Okay, so we went from 2L's to making the cube. Okay, so we've made the cube, right? But now we're going to take the cube. Okay, we're just going to add one line in it. Kind of like a 1, 2, 3 method. We're going to use one line in it, and that's going to cut it in half. Okay, so now it's cut in half, and now we have 2 triangles, right? And then we even have like crazy examples with the 4x. As much as like Banjo-Kazooie, really at this point Banjo-Kazooie should be better to a better audience through Super Smash Brothers, but like people still don't really understand that Banjo-Kazooie is going to play a key role, and it's going to make things easier to explain. But like, so in Banjo-Tooie, they do talk about like this X, because the X, a cube, and an X, like how the fence. And this is where it gets, this is just creepy, is because like when you go in California and you talk about home decorations, or like you're making a decoration for your home, okay, and you have like a fence, or you have like a top roof, like for like, let's say you live in an apartment and you have a roof, but you need like a barrier so you don't fall, and the barrier that they commonly use is an X. Now Banjo-Tooie shows this, and Banjo-Tooie does that because Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie are American. For the most part, they're like American games with a few Japanese people helping them out. But for their main focus is like towards like American markets and that. So Yeah, Banjo Tooie it's like even it's not at the very beginning of the game, but when you get to like the second level area, you see it. It's where Banjo and Kazooie split. So they use two of their things to split, and that's there's the gate for you, which takes us back to 12 gate. You know, people will have to like start to focus on Ico and Enemy Zero. They're gonna have to start to focus on that too. It's really hard to get people into Ico. Either they love Ico or they hate Ico. Okay, but Ico and Enemy Zero are doing a lot of good things, talking about gates and all kinds of things, making a lot of things better. Okay, so. Yeah, see how smart we are. I was trying to tell you guys. You can jump side to side. Oh, you can jump here. You can jump there, and it's just like the excitement of like how far it goes. It just goes really far. We haven't even gotten to this 1-2-2-4 yet. Which 1-2-2-4 because like I've told you, like there's this 3-2-3 pattern, but there's also a pattern of like 1-2 and then 2 again and then 4 and the skipping 3. And that's like when it comes to coding or when it comes to like designs on the map of a video game, they're doing this to be confusing. They're doing this, it's like they're taking another piece out. There should be a piece there. Oh yeah, and the beta content, yeah, it's a distraction. Unfortunately, the beta content is once again a distraction, and that one's kind of hard to explain. But yeah, they're just bringing a ton of beta content to hide their goodies, But like, okay, so we okay. This part's crazy too. So the shield, right? Okay, that we're gonna get really this video is gonna be creepy, dude. The shield, how many shields Link has had, right? Wow, ton of shields. Okay, but we're gonna talk about like how on Majora's Mask, because the Hylian shield, many people will want to call it the Hylian shield, but I call it the Hyrule shield. But they'll call it the Hylian shield, whatever they want to call it. But there's a pattern on there, okay? And the pattern on there is a very good pattern. It's the silver part, and you can tell it's like that's the shape we have right here. And if you notice, the shape even makes a 2. Okay, it has like the base of making 2, has the base of making a 1. You flip it over, 7. It has a ton of things, and I think the biggest distraction on the shield is like they have one part that looks like an R wing, and that's like I find that a huge distraction towards a lot of people. Like, oh, it's an R wing, Star Fox. Like I find that an easy distraction, but like the top piece of it having right there, this piece is better by far, way better than any of that other stuff they're putting on there now. Oh boy. So look see how creepy that is. If you paid attention to what I said, you'll see how creepy this is. We have 3 triangles, okay? We have 3 of these triangles, and then we got this complex piece in front of it, okay? We have this little complex piece. But okay, so Wind Waker is another shield, okay? So this is a different shield. You're going to have to look up Wind Waker's shield, okay? So Wind Waker's shield has a different triangle pattern, and the different triangle pattern that it has is important. It's the first shield you get, like the first little shield thing you get, not the mirror shield. We're not talking about the mirror shield. We're talking about another Hylian Hyrule shield. And it's brown, it's brown. It has a lot of color bases, but like it's funny too because the shield's tiny. It's like a tiny enough shield for kid Link to use because he's a kid,
sometimes they'll say he's a teenager or whatever they want to say he is, but like, it's a shield that he can use, and that it explains to you another thing when Ganondorf's punching him in the face. This Ganondorf punching in the face thing is crazy too. I haven't really broke that down, but there's okay, so man, it's crazy how much time consuming this is too, because like this is like um, these cubes, the splitting of the cubes. See, so as soon as the cube splits, it makes the pattern. Then it makes the pattern that's on your shield. So the whole entire time of the game, what you're seeing the shield and the back of the shield, and then you're like, oh, I got a new shield. I got the mirror shield. Time to equip the mirror shield. But like the first shield you're given is pretty creepy, and they're jumping into other secrets of video games. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. Like I'm telling you straightforward. This is other secret of a video game. Okay. And that's the whole point behind this shield. That's the whole point behind Eevee, because Eevee can just give them their Vs. Eevee is hilarious. At this point, it's like, is Eevee even really like it's a Pokemon? But we also know that it's more than just a Pokemon. We know that it has both of its drawings. Even like you go from like Pocket Monsters sprite to and if you don't know what a sprite is, sprite's just like the original picture of the Game Boy. And then they got the Pokemon Red and Blue. They're both creepy. Both those Eevees are creepy. Both those Eevees are like they're not that much different. They're like it's like different positions for them too, which is pretty crazy too, because they're having like different things with Eevee, like sitting and standing up kind of stuff. But and if it doesn't get creepy to you as it is, I mean, it's not like Eevee doesn't have his own video game, which we know. It's not like Eevee's not on your TV when you're watching like Gary, because Gary has Eevee, right? So I mean, Eevee's very smart puzzling, very smart puzzles. But like 4 times 2 equals 8, right? 8 times 2 equals 16. 16 times 4 equals 64. That's a 1, 2, 3 method again, because we still have the 1, 2 for the 12 gate, okay? And this is basically like telling you how they had this all planned, because they knew what pixels they were working with, right? So what pixels that they already knew what pixels they were working with every game, okay? And you can even do 60. This is where the confusing thing comes, like this 1, 2, 2, 4 thing, because like you can do a 2 again, times 164 times 2, get your 128, okay? So that method we're gonna have to really work on. That's a really hard one. Okay, so we're gonna this video is gonna be creepy, dude. Okay, like this this right here. Okay, so we're using an A down here, a lowercase a. Okay, we're showing a 1, 2, 3 method again. But what are we showing here? Okay, what are we showing here? Oh, that's right. We're showing Star Fox's eye. Right? Because how are we going to draw Star Fox's eye? Okay, we're going to do a 3 method. His eye looks awkward in Super Nintendo. This is like when he's talking to the general, like kind of thing, before like the levels and that. So this is a 1, 2, 3 again. This is another 1, 2, 3. And it's funny because it's used in a title screen. It's kind of gives off as an arcade game. It gives up, and I love how it just looks like a crappy drawing, but like even crappy drawings are very detailed and like poor drawings, but it's not crappy at all either. It's actually a really good drawing. Sometimes it's just like showing how it would be different. But okay, so now see the smile that we got over here by Starfish. That smile is on his face. That's pretty creepy. I want to give you the creepy mood, because here's the last minute. Are you ready for this? All of this has been confusing, but not too confusing, right? I've dumbed it down to as much I could do. I've really tried to dumb it down, but because you got to dumb it down so many dang times. Oh my gosh. It's annoying. It's annoying in its way of how much it has to be dumbed down, but like, okay, what would make this creepy? Maybe there's like 2 words. Like 3 words. Oh, there's 3 words. There's 3 words I'm thinking. This entry also has not 1 but 2 games. There's 2 games to it, and there's rumor that there's going to be another one to it. But what is this game called? Okay, now here's the scary part. You ready? Okay. Super Lucky Tail.